I want to read a verse here out of Romans chapter 12, and it's verse number 1. The Apostle Paul says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. I want to talk about this verse for a moment. First of all, we see that the Apostle Paul is addressing the brethren. In other words, he's addressing saved people. He's addressing Christians here. And he says this, I beseech you. That word simply means he's asking us with urgency. He's urging us, he's begging us, by the mercies of God, in light of the mercy that we have received and the forgiveness we've received and the blessings we've received, Paul is urging us that we would present our bodies a living sacrifice. What does that mean? Well, we know Christ presented his body as a sacrifice for sinners on the cross. But Paul's not necessarily asking us to die a martyr's death. But what he's saying here is that we would simply die to ourselves, that we would die to our will, that we would die to our sinful fleshly desires, and instead that we would present our bodies as a sacrifice to the will of God, as a sacrifice to the commandments of God, and as a sacrifice to the service of God. And then he says this, that we would be holy and acceptable unto God. That word holy simply means set apart. It means clean. It means fit for the use of God. And then he says this, which is your reasonable service. In other words, if we do present our bodies as a living sacrifice and holy, it is simply our reasonable service. It's nothing special. Why? Because we were lost, sinners, condemned. Christ left his home in heaven, came to earth, lived a sinless life, suffered, bled, and died on the cross. And all he does is ask us to trust him, and he washes all our sins away, gives us an eternal home in heaven, and anything that we do for him in this short life is simply just our reasonable service. It's nothing to brag about. He's worthy of our service, and our reward far outweighs anything that we could do for Christ in this life.